Hi everybody, this is Stacy with All My Magical Things. I'm coming today with a different kind of video. I have some art journals and junk journals that I work in, and I thought I'd give you a flip through. I've been watching Artsy Erin on YouTube. I've mentioned her before. She does art journaling in a composition notebook, and I've been watching It's Just Paper, and she does creative journaling in a junk journal. And I don't know about you, but sometimes I get in a slump if I continue to do the same things over and over. And although I love my creative commonplacing and I'm not going to stop, I need to take a little break and do something different. I'm feeling like I have no creative juices flowing right now. And so the best way for me to get that started again is to jump into something else. And watching those two on YouTube has sparked my interest. So I thought I would give you a little flip through of some of my older art journals and junk journals. I believe this one is the first one when I learned about art journaling, so you're going to have to give me some grace about what's inside. None of these are complete. I work in these now on occasion. They're all working journals. But let's start with the junk journals, and we'll get these out of the way. And I'm sorry, guys, I haven't uploaded a video in over a week. Life's been a little busy at home, and it's been good busy. And if it was my story to tell, I'd let you know how good and what went on. But it's not my story, it's my daughter's. So just know that it's been a good, happy, exciting, life-changing, busy. So it's been good. But I'm here, and I appreciate if you're here watching. Welcome back to my subscribers, and welcome if you're new. I do a lot of creative commonplacing on the channel. I do junk journaling and art journaling and Bible journaling, and I'm bringing a little bit of that in. So I hope you find something that you enjoy and you come and hang out with us again. Okay, so this is not the first one I wanted to show you. This is the first ever art junk journal that I made. When I found junk journaling on YouTube, I was blown away. I could not believe you could do all those things with paper, and yeah. Now, granted, when I did this, I didn't have a lot of supplies. I've never been a scrapbooker. I was a quilter, sewer, before I got into the paper crafting. So I didn't have a lot of supplies when I started, just like anybody else. And so I used what I had at the time. And so I watched a plethora of junk journaling videos on YouTube. And this was my first attempt. I believe this is an old hymnal, and it was red. And I didn't take it, I just took the guts out. I left the spine intact. I painted it with this blue metallic paint. And I was watching people use modeling paste in their stencils, and I didn't have any. But there was some spackle in my house. So that's what this is. I spackled this stencil on and painted it gold. I did have a few alphas and some stamps, so I did that on the cover. And on the back, some more of my spackle and stamps. And so that was my cover. Not anything too crazy. And also, the binding is fishing line because I didn't have anything to bind it with, and that made sense to me in the moment that it was thick enough. I don't know. That's how it ended up. And also, this is a writing journal. Like, I've done a lot of writing in here, and it's a pretty personal journey, so I'm not gonna like show the writing parts. Like I said, it's not done. It has 4 signatures, and I believe the first 2 are the ones that are wrote in. So I'm going to quickly go over those, and then I'll show you the back, the last 2. So I lined it with paper. As you can see, it's starting to come apart. I didn't have the best glue or anything like that. I made a pocket out of a thing I had cut out of a book, and I made that tag once I had gotten some Tim Holtz stuff. I sewed doilies on the outside of the signatures, and like I said, there's a lot of personal writing in here, so we'll try to skip through that. I coffee dyed paper for the first time and put that in here. This one is muted and vintage and coffee dyed, because those are the kinds of junk journals I was seeing on YouTube. And so I was just trying to follow along. I have an envelope, junk mail envelope that I altered and put in there. There's little pieces of scrapbook paper. Then there's coffee dyed tablet paper. Here's a pocket that I washi taped on. And these are cut out from a floral book that I was making tags out of. Here's a tuck spot that I used a banner and some alphas and tucked that in there. This, I love the crinkly paper, and this was some tissue paper that I had found, so I put that in there. And then more doilies on the signatures. Here's a pocket, and I had sewed some lace. I was so excited when I seen everybody sewing on their paper in their junk journals. I was like, oh, I can include my sewing. There's a tuck spot. Here's another journaling card I cut out of the book. So yeah, because I'm a sewer, quilter at heart. That's where I started. And so being able to incorporate all of that was absolutely mind-blowing to me, and I was in love. Here's a belly band with some trim, and then it's just this, coffee dyed paper, scrapbook paper. Here, this is packaging from like a chocolate candy box, and I liked the polka dots on it, and pink and brown, so I sewed this pink on with some pink thread and made that into a little tip-in pocket, and I love the noise. I had a couple of rubber stamps, so I used what I had. And that's about it. Here's some more crinkly paper, but it's about all the same thing. This is coffee dyed. I think I baked this in my oven too long, but it looks cool. It's a little hard to write on, or maybe I just didn't have the right pen at the time. So yeah, here's another, oh, this is a card, a craft card. Here's another pocket with a vellum piece. This is out of a book that I coffee dyed and stuck in here. Here is a dictionary, old dictionary page, some more coffee dyed paper, another envelope that I tucked some secret journaling in, and then another pocket on the back with a tag that I made. And so that's this one, and it's just my writing journal. I didn't even know how to use a junk journal when I started, and I've always wrote in journals, like I've always kept journals, I've always commonplaced, I've always done that. So that's where I started with my junk journaling. And then I went on. I found this book in a thrift store, and I did not decorate the cover because I love this book. And that everybody laughs at me. They're like, why this book? It's a carpenter book. And I'm not a carpenter. But as a child, my father had this book, and I swear he built our whole house solely with this book. Because he did build our house, and I think it was all this book. But in here, let me show you real quick. In the book, this is a page from the book, and you see the graphs and the charts, the floor plans, and this little guy named Handy. When I was a kid, I would sit and trace these and color Handy. Like, I just loved looking through this book and all of the floor plans and charts that were in here. So when I seen this at a thrift store, I knew I had to make this into, like, it's kind of like a memory keeping junk journal. I haven't done a lot in it, just a few things, but I'd like to, there's some memories I want to put in here. So I didn't take the book apart, that I kept the spine intact. I didn't use fishing line, but you can see that it's not sewed very tight. This was my second attempt at junk journaling, but I love it. So this is the original page from the book. I don't know, does it have a year? 1979. And then some scrapbook paper. I had gotten a little bit more supplies at this point. This is a folder with a pocket. Bright copy paper. Regular white copy paper. I was going to say coffee. This is a page out of a book. I had went to the thrift store and collected some books and collected some supplies. I have washi tape, a ledger paper. Okay, this is my first page on here, and I'm not working chronologically. I'm just wherever I want to. That's what the junk journalers I was watching, that's what they were doing. This is just a picture of me and my ex-sister-in-law, and these people, life changers, were out in front of our Walmart one Saturday morning, and they were selling these t-shirts as a donation to their outreach center. And so we bought matching t-shirts. And so that was my first page. And yeah, this is just, there's pages from a magazine I had, tablet paper, there's handy pages from the book. And then this next page is super, super special to me. This is, I think I'm gonna put a book over here. That's kind of personal. This is my best friend, and she passed away in 2016. And I wanted to do a page about her and say all the things that I didn't get to say. She was a super amazing human. And at that time I had gotten some stamps. Oh, that's falling. Of these girls. I can't remember what they're called now. But I had, I stamped her and colored it with markers. She reminded me of Lori because she loved to dress up. She loved fancy dressing, so that reminded me of her. And then I had printed out a couple pictures off of my Facebook that she had put on there to remember her. And so yeah, this is my dedication page to her. She was awesome human. And I have a folder and then some junk mail. This flips out, so I thought that would be a really cool page to do. So that's in the center of that signature. And then it's just about the same kind of paper all through. There's some more diagrams. I don't know why I couldn't think diagrams when I first started talking to you. That's funny. Yeah, there's a page that she's using watercolors, so I put that in. Just all the things. The second signature, they're all built the same way, with the limited supplies that I had. But I love this book, and I didn't make pockets or tuck spots. I thought I'd do that as I went along because I wasn't really sure how I was going to do things in here. So I just made pages and added things when I do a page. Then I add if I need a pocket or some trim or whatever. Okay, so let's get to the next spread here. Just some more paper. Okay, this one. This is me when I was a baby. I found this mushroom shelf paper and I thought that looked 70s. And this girl I cut out of a sewing pattern. And that's my mom, me, my grandma, my aunt, my dad, and my two uncles. And this lace, it's on another page too. I swear my grandma had curtains that look like that in her house. So I stuck that on there. And then I think I said before, I was born on Christmas, and this is a Christmas card. And here's me and my mom when I was a baby. And the stories that my parents tell about my birth, my mom's story and my dad's story, it's pretty funny. And so I put those in there. And then just a cutout of Santa from a book page. And I stapled on some pom-pom trim. Do you know how I was like, you can staple, but staples are ugly. And the junk journalers I was watching, staples were another element to the page. I was so excited to learn all these things. I'm telling you guys, I lived under a rock. Okay, so more pages. I don't want to make this video 1,000 years. Here's another junk mail, another envelope. Okay, the next page. This one is near and dear to my heart. This page is about my grandma's house. Growing up, we went to my grandma's every weekend. Yeah, my grandma was a big part of our lives the whole time we were growing up. And this is my grandma, and that's my grandpa. We call him Popeye. There's me, one of my sisters, and 3 of my brothers. There's 2 more kids after this, but these pictures were before them. I found a vintage sheet that I swear looked and felt just like the sheets my grandma had on her bed. And so I stapled that on under this picture. These 3 trees I cut out of a children's book. My grandma had 3 trees out in front of her house, and that reminded me of it. This upholstery back here, I swear, that looks just like her Davenport. And here's some more of that lace I think looks like her curtains. And she had Pyrex, and so I found this online and printed it, and some vintage wallpaper. And I just love this page so much. So much. Okay, and then the last page I have in here, like I said, I haven't done a lot. These are my kiddos. When they were young, they went to Head Start preschool, and every year at the end of the year was a field trip to Midway. It's a small amusement park in New York. And so our tradition was to cram into the photo booth, all 4 of us, and get pictures. And so they're grown now, but weren't they cute? Little babies? Like, where did they go? I don't know. And then I made a pocket out of a journaling card, and I wrote about the story in here in this tag. And I used acrylic paint and stencils on the back for the background. And yeah, that's the last page I've done so far. I have so many more memories I want to put in this book. So you might be seeing some process videos on this. If you guys don't mind, let me know what you think. Okay, so then on to art journals. Like I said, this book has got I think I started this 9-10 years ago. So it's an old book. We'll start with that one. I don't want to leave them all on there. I'll have enough room so it's in the shot. So I seen these art journalers, and they were taking old books and making their art in them. And they talked about this. This is the Golden Royal Book of Ballet. I like the size of it. If you notice my theme, I like big books to journal in. But I tore out some pages to make room because that's what they were saying to do. And this is a wipe off page because the artist I was watching, they didn't want to waste their paint, so they would swipe it on an empty page to have something to start with next time. And this was the first time I learned about gesso, and I had bought some gesso at Michael's. And then this page is a newer page. It's all stencils. Like, yeah, 2017 this one was done. It's just all stencils and acrylic paint. Now, like I said, guys, give me grace because I had no idea what I was doing. I thought I had no artistic ability. And when you see some of these pages, you'll agree. I put masking tape in the gutters because that's what everybody was saying to do. Some more paint. There's, like I said, these aren't finished. Oh my gosh, guys. Here's my first attempt at painting a face. Oh, isn't she sweet with her pink hair? What was this? 2015. Oh, I hope later on you see that I might have gotten a little better. She's cute. But this was like mixed media with stencils and acrylic paint. Okay, and then this one is very colorful. And I must have started seeing doodles and Zentangles, and I was trying my hand at that. But if you notice, there's a theme usually in my art journals. I have to have words, just like my creative commonplace, like words, it has to have some meaning to me. I don't know if that's right or wrong. That's just how I am. It's another wipe off page. Okay, oh, I've got this covered. Okay, so then I tried some three-dimensional stuff. This is masking tape. I don't know. I painted it. I made a tree. I was trying. And this, I had gotten this butterfly stencil and I thought it was so pretty. So I did a, you know, just a sloppy background and then did the stencil and, what is it called? Masking and stenciled it. Okay, here's a bright, colorful page. Oh, these stickers. Okay, so I was finding out that adults could have stickers and people were putting them in their art journal. And I was like, what? I was blown away. Well, I didn't have any stickers. And my daughter at the time, I think she was in middle school, she was a scrapbooker. And so she had stickers. And so she gave me these. And that's how these girls ended up on this page. And then there's my words, because I still want the words and the meaning. This is just a magazine cutout that I wrote on to make it like hidden journaling. I started using magazine cutouts right from the gate. This is acrylic paint. These are those paint cards that you can get at Lowe's or Home Depot for free. And I had gotten a circle punch, so I punched them out and made them into flowers. I like my rainbow. That's very, very bright and colorful. Okay, then I learned about collage, guys. I don't know what happened to this girl, but here she is. And this, I started collecting magazine words. Okay, oh, this is pretty. These flowers. It looks like acrylic paint. Some stamping. Oh, I cut out the flowers from book pages, it looks like, and then used markers on them. Well, that's interesting. Here's another bright acrylic paint using my circle punch. Evidently, I got a star punch too. And I got my words. And let's see, acrylic paint and stencils. These are also those color cards that you get at the paint store. And I had gotten, I think I had my daughter had the, you know, the edge scissors that make different edges. And so I used them to cut those out. Still can't cut straight. That's okay. It's my signature. And I think that's it, guys, in here. Yeah, that's all that's in here. But so that was my first art journal. Okay, then here comes the next one, or I worked kind of both in here, I think. I got this at Walmart. It was mixed media paper, 98 pounds. I'm like, there, now I'm a true art journaler. Oh, guys. Okay, well, there's stencils, and then this is also my spackle through a stencil, and I had learned about embossing powder, and so I tried to do that. Oh, I'm learning, guys, I guess. This is just a stencil. This is just, I wanted to learn how to letter. Yeah, I didn't follow through. This is a Bible scripture that I wanted to remember, so I'm starting to do like my commonplacing in here. Here's some doodles that I was practicing. This is my first attempt at watercolor, I believe. I think this is watercolor. Have no idea, but it's there. This was 2015. This is a newer one. I just did this one not too long ago. Yeah, May of this year. It's Neocolor 2s. I had gotten some Neocolor 2s and I was just messing around. This one, I got some cheesecloth because I seen people were putting texture and all these things on their pages. And so I had painted it, put the cheesecloth on, dripped some paint down, and then realized it kind of looked like water. And so I found a picture of a mermaid online, and of course I couldn't draw the whole thing, so it was just her body. But I don't know, it's kind of cute. I tried to shade. I like the colors. And then this is an explosion of embossing powder that went really wrong. I don't know. But the colors together are cool. This one, I got these napkins with words on them. They look like newspaper at the discount store. And I couldn't wait to get home. I Mod Podged them on. I painted, drew some hearts, put my words. Okay, here is my next attempt. This is acrylic paint. Yeah, more trees. And they're really orange. Here's some more trees. I must have done a background and then painted the trees on. Here's some more doodling. I must have liked this doodle. It's cut out. Here, this is acrylic paint and I got some silver ink. I only had black, and I got some silver ink to go on my stamps, and so I really like the colors of that. Did I miss one? Yes. This, I learned about negative painting, so I did the background and then drew the flower on. So that's that. This is just a leftover page, you know, scribbling. This looks like watercolor. I don't know. I don't think that one's finished. And this one is bright and cheery. I love polka dots, guys, and bright colors. And let's see, do I have anything else in here? Oh, metallic paint. I got Arteza metallic paint for Christmas. And that's where these came from. I was trying them out. This just swatching some colors for markers. That might, I think there's like one or two more things in here. Make sure that's it. This was a painting. I think it's like a famous painting, and I was watching a girl on YouTube. I don't even remember who she was, what her name was, but she was like painting the lily pads, and so I thought I'd give that a shot with my metallic paint. This is watercolor. This is later, 2023. I love the colors. I got Posca markers, the acrylic paint markers, and gold. And so I was watching watercolor people, and they were using the Posca markers on there. Let's see. This is just a wipe off page, and I got some stamps at a yard sale, I believe, and they were all floral, and so I was trying them out. Oh, here's those colors again. I love the colors with the gold. Yeah, I do. That was all from my watercolor palette. Okay, so that's that one. And then one more, guys. Are you still with me? Oh, I hope you're not laughing too hard, because I am. It's all good though, right? We all start somewhere. Okay, this, I did not tear any pages out. It's spiral, and I thought I can tear pages out if I need to as I go along. It's a family songbook from Reader's Digest. This is the newer one. This, I think, just started last year. I found Karen Campbell on YouTube. She runs a website called The Awesome Art School. And she's a mixed media artist who does faces, women's faces mostly. And she teaches you how to draw. And I never in my life thought I could draw a person or anything. I mean, maybe I still can't. But Karen is such a great teacher that she convinces you that it is doable and that you can do it. She said nobody gets worse with practice. You have to practice. And so I started following her on YouTube. And I thought, okay, I'm going to give this a try because she says I can do it. I love her to death, guys. If you want to learn how to draw, check her out. Sorry, dogs are barking. Somebody's home. So this is watercolor. This was my first attempts while watching her YouTube channel. And here's some more attempts. I was doing some backgrounds like she was doing. This girl's very, very startled. This is, yeah, the beginning of the year. This one I really like. It's colored pencil. I was practicing eyes because I have a really hard time with the eyelashes. And she uses a Pentel brush pen to do the eyelashes. And I don't have the motor skills to keep control of it. So I was working on that. And then this girl, this steampunk girl, okay, so Karen had a live draw with me on a Sunday afternoon, and it was a couple hours. And she shows this picture of this girl, and she's like, this is what you're going to draw today. And I'm like, are you kidding me? And you follow along, and that's what I ended up with. I mean, granted, it doesn't look like hers, but it looks way better than I thought I could do. I have a real hard time with the shading. I still need to figure out how to shade a face. But yeah, it was done all in pencil, and then I went back later and colored it in. So that's my steampunk girl. So then doing this, I was like, oh my gosh, maybe she's right. Maybe I can learn how to draw. And she has monthly clubs, and one of them is drawing faces. And I thought, okay, I'm going to sign up for her monthly club because this woman is awesome. And if she can teach me how to draw, she's amazing. So I started her lessons, and the first lesson she had were doing some Zentangles, and then this girl with the Zentangle hair, and she had us doing hash marks for the shading, and then just a fancy background in the back. And yeah, she's cute. And then some more Zentangling and drawing she had us do, and then she had us do this girl, and I love her, except I went too far with the shading. She uses alcohol markers a lot, and I had never used alcohol markers, and so I had got the set to do the things, and yeah, I need a lot more practice with the alcohol markers and the shading, but I love the colors. Okay, and then here's this girl. This was another lesson. Shading is still a problem for me. Okay, this. So she was doing the steampunk series, and so she did another Sunday afternoon draw with me, and this time she said we're going to use a Stabilo all pencil, which is a black water soluble pencil, and that's all you could use. You couldn't use a pencil, you couldn't erase, you just go with the flow. And I was like, oh my, I don't know if I want to do this. And then I seen the picture of what we were actually drawing, and it's this guy, guys. How in the heck? I mean, this is what I'm doing. How am I going to do this? Especially with, do you know how many times I erased while drawing her? But Karen makes you feel like you can do it. Like you can give it a shot. So, dun 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 dun. Here's my guy, guys. Oh, there was no erasing. The Stabilo all pencil is water soluble, and it's very strong. And Karen warned you about that ahead of time. And I took it too far, took the water too far, and all the things, but I'm super proud of it because you've seen my first picture back in the other art journal. I don't know, I think he's better. I mean, he looks nothing like this guy, but that's okay. I attempted it, and I followed through, and so I'm super proud of that. Okay, then these next ones. I tried to do a side profile. Oh, and if you think this one's bad, holy cow, guys. I don't know if you can see these. I don't know if I want you to see these. So I just tipped them in here because that's fair. Like, I have to keep everything I'm doing. And then this girl is a picture I found on Pinterest. It looks nothing like the picture, trust me. But I was trying. I mean, I tried to highlight the hair. I don't know. I love her purple eyes. I love the colors. So that's that. And then I think that's it. This is just a background I did to put another drawing on. Because a lot of them I'm making up the backgrounds and then just gluing the pictures on afterwards. Some of the, I like gluing that. I fussy cut him because it wouldn't fit. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. And these are Posca pens too, I believe. But anyways, so that's it, guys. That's my all my things. I hope you enjoyed that. I would really like to do some art journaling, still doing creative commonplacing, but also the junk journaling. There's some things I want to make. I have a grandbaby who'll be 2 next month, and I want to make a journal for memories for her, for her life. And I also want to make a junk journal for Christmas memories. Christmas is a big deal here in my house, and I've tried the December daily. I think I've said that before, and I can't do it every day. I fall off really quick. But I would like to make a junk journal to add Christmas memories to. And, you know, it won't be a daily thing, but go back and put pictures in and make it junk journal-y. So I want to do that too. So I've got a few things in my mind. Let me know, do you guys junk journal? I think I've asked before. I also Bible journal. I haven't done it in a while, and I have a couple Bibles, and I thought I'd show you those, but this video was going to already get too long. So maybe some other time I'll give you guys a flip through of those. Let me know what you're into, what you want to see. And I hope you guys are having a great week, and I am going to try really hard to get a couple more videos out the next week. And yeah, I'm gonna try. That's the plan. But thank you guys for all your support and your comments and your everything, your kind words. I've met some amazing people, and I really appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.